You know what's absolutely insane? Triple H just proved he doesn't care about what you want. While Roman Reigns is out here playing mind games, while Centimeter Punk is stirring the pot, and while John Cena made his so-called return, Hunter is backstage forcing Oba Femi down our throats like we're supposed to just accept it. And before you come at me in the comments, ask yourself this: when was the last time WWE actually listened to the fans about who deserves a push? I'll wait. But that's not even the most controversial thing that happened on SmackDown. Drew McIntyre just said something to Roman Reigns that might have changed everything, and honestly, I'm not sure WWE realizes what they just did. Stick around because what I'm about to tell you is going to make you question whether WWE has any idea what they are doing anymore. Let's get straight into the absolute chaos that was Drew McIntyre's response to Roman Reigns. Now, for those of you who missed it, and shame on you if you did, the Tribal Chief sent a message last week that basically said Drew isn't on his level. Classic Roman, right? But here's where it gets good. Drew came out on SmackDown, and this man, this Scottish warrior, didn't just respond. He eviscerated Roman Reigns in a way we haven't seen in years. He brought up the bloodline implosion, he brought up how Roman needed his entire family to stay relevant, and then, and this is the part that had me jumping out of my seat, he said that Roman's legacy is built on the backs of people who've now abandoned him. The disrespect, the audacity, and you know what? He's not wrong. Think about it. Where's Jey Uso? Where's Jimmy? Where's Sami Zayn? They're all doing their own thing now because they finally realized Roman was holding them back. Drew basically held up a mirror to Roman's face and forced him to look at the wreckage of his so-called empire. But Centimeter Punk, oh, Punk couldn't resist getting involved, could he? Punk came out during Drew's promo because of course he did, and you could see Drew's face, just the frustration, the anger, the here we go again energy. Punk claimed he's not taking sides, that he's just here to observe and call it down the middle, but we all know that's garbage. Punk lives for inserting himself into main event drama. It's what he does. Here's my question for you in the comments: do you think Centimeter Punk is secretly working with Roman Reigns to get in Drew's head, or is he genuinely just being the chaos agent he's always been? Drop your theories below because I need to know what you're thinking. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, or should I say, the giant that Triple H is desperately trying to make us care about, Oba Femi. Look, I'm going to say what everyone's thinking but nobody wants to say out loud: this push is forced. It's manufactured. It's Triple H looking at a big guy and going, yep, that's my project, without considering whether the audience is actually ready for this. On SmackDown, Oba Femi destroyed, and I mean destroyed, Apollo Crews in under 4 minutes. Apollo Crews, a former Intercontinental Champion, a guy with years of experience, and he got treated like he was a local enhancement talent from 2003. Here's what frustrates me: Oba Femi is talented. I'm not denying that. The man is athletic for his size, he's got presence, and in NXT, he was genuinely impressive. But this is the main roster. This is where you need more than just size and potential. You need connection with the audience. You need storytelling. You need to make people care. And right now the only people who care about Oba Femi are Triple H and the people who get paid to pretend they care. After the match, Triple H literally came out on stage, didn't even come down to the ring, just stood there with this smug smile like he just created the next Brock Lesnar. And the crowd? Crickets. Absolute silence. You could hear someone's phone buzzing 3 rows back. This is the same pattern we've seen time and time again. WWE finds a big guy, decides he's the future, pushes him to the moon without earning it, and then acts shocked when the audience rejects him. It happened with Jinder Mahal. It happened with Baron Corbin's original main event push. It happened with Karrion Kross when he first came to the main roster. But here's what really grinds my gears: there are people in the locker room right now who deserve this opportunity more than Oba Femi. LA Knight is still being underutilized. Grayson Waller could be a main event heel with the right push. Even someone like Santos Escobar has been putting in the work week after week with barely any acknowledgement. But no, Triple H wants his big project, and we're all supposed to just nod along. Question for the comment section: who on the current SmackDown roster deserves the push that Oba Femi is getting? Give me one name and tell me why. Alright, let's talk about John Cena, because WWE needs to stop playing games with us. They advertised this as John Cena's return. They hyped it all week. Social media was buzzing. Everyone thought we were getting something special. Maybe an announcement about WrestleMania. Maybe a confrontation with someone. Maybe even a surprise match setup. You know what we got instead? A 7-minute satellite interview. That's right. John Cena didn't even show up to the arena. He appeared on the Titantron from what looked like his home gym or some studio, gave us the same "the fans are amazing, WWE is amazing, my retirement tour is going to be amazing" speech we've heard 17 times already, and then disappeared. Are you kidding me right now? Look, I love John Cena. I respect everything he's done for this business. The man is a legend, capital L, capital E, capital everything. But this was lazy. This was WWE using Cena's name to boost ratings without actually having to coordinate his schedule to be there live. And the worst part, he dropped absolutely zero new information. Nothing about potential opponents. Nothing about which shows he'll be appearing on. Nothing about WrestleMania plans. It was the most generic, corporate, "thank you for your support" promo imaginable. The crowd was so disappointed that when they cut back to the arena, you could literally see fans on their phones. During a John Cena segment. When was the last time that happened? Here's my frustration: if you're going to advertise John Cena returning, then have him return. Have him walk down that ramp. Have him stand in that ring. Have him give us something real. Don't treat your audience like we're stupid enough to accept a glorified Zoom call as a return. WWE wonders why sometimes fans feel disconnected from the product, and then they pull stuff like this. Quick question for you guys: what would you have preferred, John Cena actually showing up for 5 minutes, or what we got? Let me know below now. Let's end on something that actually worked on SmackDown. Braun Breaker. Braun defended his Intercontinental Championship against Carmelo Hayes in what was honestly the match of the night. These two have chemistry. Every time they are in the ring together, they deliver, and last night was no exception. Braun won with the spear, that devastating, career-shortening, absolutely brutal spear, and retained his title. But here's what I loved about this: the match told a story. Carmelo worked Braun's leg for the entire match. He was methodical, he was smart, he was wrestling like someone who studied his opponent. He knew that if he could take away Braun's explosiveness, he'd have a chance. And for a while, it worked. Braun was limping, struggling to hit his power moves, and you could see the frustration building. But then, vintage Braun Breaker, he dug deep, powered through the pain, and hit that spear out of nowhere. The crowd popped. I popped. Everyone watching popped. This is what Braun Breaker brings to the table. He's not just a big guy with a famous last name. He's not just potential. He's delivering. He's having great matches. He's making the Intercontinental Championship feel important again. When was the last time you could say that about the IC title? After the match, Braun grabbed the mic and called out anyone in the back who thinks they can take his title. And you know what, I believe him. This man is on a mission, and I am here for every second of it. Here's my final question for the comments: who should be Braun Breaker's next challenger for the Intercontinental Championship, and why? Conclusion: 14:30 to 15 o'clock. So there you have it, Wrestling Zone family. SmackDown gave us Drew McIntyre destroying Roman's legacy, Triple H forcing Oba Femi on us, John Cena phoning it in literally, and Braun Breaker proving why he's the future. If you're as fired up about this as I am, smash that like button, drop your hottest takes in the comments, and share this video with every wrestling fan you know who needs to hear the truth about what's happening in WWE right now. I'll see you in the next one. Stay loud, stay passionate, and never let WWE forget that we are the ones who make this business work.